Continuing in Eicha, we're at the Pasuk Yud Zayin, Perek Bet. The Pasuk says, Asa Adonai Asher Zaman. God did as He planned. Bitza Emrato. He fulfilled finally His words. Asher Tzivam Me'akedem. They told Moshe Rabbeinu from a long time ago. The Targum on this Pasuk says that it means that He told Moshe a long time ago that Haras Filo Chama, if the Jews do not keep his Torah, He's going to destroy, and He's not going to have any mercy. Vaysamach alayich oyev, and the enemy will rejoice over destroying us. Herim keren sarayich, it will be raised, the glory of the enemy. And on this pasuk, the Aruch HaShulchan, in Siman Taf Kuf Nun Tet. First in Taf Kuf Nun He, and then it's Taf Kuf Nun Tet. The Aruch HaShulchan brings a minhag that going back for many years, there's a minhag that on Tisha B'Av we don't wear tefillin. And we also, he says, don't wear the talit. We wear the tzitzit under our clothing, but we don't wear the talit together with our tefillin. Dichtibi says, it says in the pasuk, Bitza Emrato. Hashem fulfilled His words. Ve'itabe Midrash, and it says in the Midrash, and he quotes the Targum. This is not the regular Targum in our pasuk, but he quotes a different Targum that says, that what does it mean, Bitza Emrato? Biza porpira dile. He sort of tore up his tzitzit. So that's the minhag that he says that we don't wear the talit on Tisha B'Av morning from this pasuk. And then in Taf Kuf Nun Tet he brings another minhag. He says, "Umesirin haparochet melifnei Aron." Remove the parochet from the Aron. And from the same pasuk he brings Hashem Bitza Emrato, from our pasuk that Hashem fulfilled His words. He's removed the covering. So remove the covering. So remove the strings. So remove the parochet from the Aron. And the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch also quotes this halacha in his halachot regarding Tisha B'Av, that you should remove the parochet and tzitzit and on the day of Tisha B'Av. Also, an interesting thing, if you realize in this pasuk, if you go back to pasuk Gimel in this perek, in pasuk Gimel, the word Keren, glory, was used for the Jews. The pasuk says, "Gida b'choreyav kol Keren Yisrael." He's cut down with His anger all the glory of the Jews, kol Keren Yisrael. And now over here, suddenly the Keren has transferred to the Goyim. Herim Keren Sarayich. The glory of the Goyim will rise. The Goyim have taken away our glory, and they've taken the glory for themselves. Pasuk Yudchet, Sa'ak libam el Adonai. They've cried their hearts. They're screaming and crying to Hashem. Chomat bat Zion, now the actual city, Yerushalayim, the walls are crying. Horidi kanachal dim'ah. Cry and bring down like streams. Your tears are like streams. Yomam balayla, day and night. Day and night we're crying. If you look back to the second pasuk in all of Eicha, the pasuk says, Bachot tifke balayla. She only cries at nighttime because it was so ashamed to cry in the public. But now, as the Churban is getting worse and worse, and we're getting into worse stages, we're at a level where even Yerushalayim will cry during the day. It's gotten more intense. Al titinipu gatlach. Don't give yourself Yerushalayim. Keep crying, because it's not going to get any better. Don't give yourself any respite. Don't rest from crying. Al tidon batenech. Let your eyes not suddenly become silent. Continue to cry. Pasuk Yutet, pasuk says, one of the more famous pasukim in all of Eicha. Kumironi, get up and sing L'Rosh Hashmarot, in the beginning of the Hashmarot. And this means that the night was basically split up into three different watches. Basically, you could split the night. The Gemara in Barachot says you could split it up into three separate parts. So now, at the beginning, at the second portion of the night, at the 2/3 point of the night, so saying, wake up in the middle of the night and sing to Hashem. Shivchi kamayim libech. Pour out your heart like water. Nochach pnei Adonai, towards Hashem. And the Gemara in Tamid uses this pasuk for a concept that we should be learning. That there's a concept that you should learn. The Gemara in Tamid says, Daf Lamed Bet, Tana Rabbi Chia, Kol Haosik B'Torah Balayla. Anybody who learns Torah during the nighttime, Shechina Kenegdo. The Shechina is opposite him. Shnemar, as it says, it quotes our pasuk, Kumi Roni Balayla. Get up and sing during the nighttime. The Rosh Hashmarot, Shivchi Kamayich Ilbech, Nochach Pnei Hashem. You're opposite Hashem. You're going to be opposite Hashem in the middle of the night. And it's a greater concept to learn at night. And this concept is even brought further in the Rambam. In the Rambam, in Hilchot Talmud Torah, in the third parak, Hilchot Talmud Torah, parak Gimel, Halacha Yud Gimel, it says, Afal Pi, it's an intense Rambam. It's an important Rambam for all of us to know. It says, Afal Pi, Shem Mitzvah L'Lomod Bayom, even though there's a mitzvah to learn at daytime, Ubalayla, during the nighttime, you have the pasuk says in Yoshua, Vagita Vo Yoman Valayla, you gotta learn in the day and the nighttime. And Adam Lamed Rov Chochma El Valayla, most of your Chochma that you're gonna learn and retain from Torah is gonna be during the nighttime. Lefikach, he says, therefore, Mishiratza Liskot Beketer Torah, somebody who wants to merit in the crown of Torah, Yizaher, be very careful, B'chol Lelotav, all of your nights, V'lo Ya'abed, and do not lose and waste them, Afilu Echad Mehem B'shina V'achila Shtiya V'tzicha, don't waste them on unnecessary things. V'chayos Ve'ele B'Talmud Torah, make sure you're learning at nighttime, V'divrei Chochma, and things of wisdom. Amur Chachamim, the Chachamim say, En Rina Shel Torah Ele Balayla. The singing of Torah is only at the time, only during the night time. Shemer says, "Kumi roni balayla," our pasuk. V'chol sikpa Torah balayla, chut shel chesed nimshach ala bayom. You want to have a special charm in front of Hashem the whole day? Make sure you're learning during the night time. You learn during the night time. You have a special chut of chesed, a string of charm that goes on you the entire day. We continue in the pasuk. The pasuk says, "Si'i elav kapayich." Raise up your palms, al nefesh alayich Yerushalayim. Jews, pray for your young youth, ha'atufim b'ra'av, who are suffering and are faint in famine. B'rosh kol chutzot, in the streets, they're all over the streets and they have nothing to eat. And we're really saying, the Jews were so stubborn at that time. They thought that there was nothing wrong with them. They haven't done anything wrong. So we're saying, even if you're so stubborn that you won't pray for yourselves, because you don't think you did anything wrong, at least pray for your kids. Look at the little kids, the children that have nothing to eat in the streets, that they're in bad shape. At least pray for them. And just going back to our Hilchot Talmud Torah, we know that even though the Churban Beit HaMikdash, it's been almost 2,000 years, and the Beit HaMikdash has been destroyed. So our real connection to Hashem in this world has been destroyed. But explain the Chachamim, Rav Aaron Kahn, the great Rosh Kolel and Rosh Yeshiva in YU, explains that what is going on over here. He explains that Torah is in a way our Beit HaMikdash in Galut. Because you see, the Beit HaMikdash when you were in Galut, Beit HaMikdash when we had it, you had to go to Hashem. The pasuk says, "V'kamta ve'alita," you will get up and you will go up. You will be aliyat regel. You'll make aliyat regel. You will go up to Yerushalayim to see Hashem. But the Mishnah Avot explains that how do you know that even one person who's learning Torah, that the Shekhinah is right there? The pasuk says, "B'chol hamakom asher askir et shemi," wherever you mention my name, avo elecha, I will come to you. Uverachticha, and I will bless you. So the Torah is when Hashem actually comes to us. It's even more intense level. So especially these days where we don't have the Beit HaMikdash, we should be mechazek and make it even stronger. The pasuk continues and says in pasuk Chaf, Re'eh Adonai ve'abita, see Hashem and glance at us, pay attention to us. Lemi ol altko, who is being oppressed here? Im tochalna nashim piriam, if the women are eating their own kids, or the tipuchim, the youth, Im yareg b'mikdash Adonai kohen v'navi, if they've been killed in the Beit HaMikdash, the kohen and the navi. And on this, it's a Gemara in Yuman Daf Lamed Chet. The Gemara talks about what is the youth that they're being eaten. What does that mean by their own mothers? They said a story about someone. His name was Doeg ben Yosef. Doeg ben Yosef, his mother, had such a love that she used to measure him every day with a ruler and give that amount, his measurement, she used to measure him and give that amount of gold to the Beit HaMikdash. But now when the Khurban came, and there was nothing to be eaten in the streets, and everyone was famished, people started going crazy. She ended up killing her kid and eating her kid. It was crazy times. They were killing and eating their kids. And that's exactly the flow of the pasuk goes like this. We're telling Hashem, please pay attention. Look at all the kids being eaten up. And then Hashem answers back to us. Really? You're so worried about people being killed? Oh, look, you guys yourselves killed the Kohen. You guys killed the Kohen and Navi. Zachariah, who was the Kohen Gadol, and he was a Navi. You guys went ahead and killed him. So clearly you guys don't care about murders. What are you guys talking about? You guys care about the kids being killed? What happened to my Kohen and Navi that you guys killed? Pasuk Chaf Aleph, Shachavu la'aretz chusot. They're lying all over the streets of Yerushalayim. Na'ir v'zaken, the youth and the old also. B'tulotayu v'achorai, my young single women, men and women. Nafilu b'charv, have been struck by the sword and they've fallen by the sword. Harakta b'yom apecha, God, they've been killed in the day of your anger. Tavachta, you slaughtered them. Lo chamalta, the enemy had no mercy on them. Pasuk Chapet Tikra Kiyom Moed Megorai. It's as if they called it a holiday. All my enemies that are surrounding me, they called it a holiday. Misaviv, surrounding me, they called it a holiday. Let's come and kill the Jews. There was nobody, there was no survivors. There was no survivors on the day of Hashem's anger. Asher tipachti viribiti, those that I've given birth to, and I've put an effort to raise as children. Oivi kilam, my enemy has destroyed them. And the Midrash explains that this is corresponding to a pasuk in Parashat Bechukotai. The pasuk in Parashat Bechukotai says, "Uzatem larig zarachem." You will plant for nothing, meaning whatever you plant is not going to be successful. Va'achaluhu oivechem, and your enemies will consume them. So what's going on here? The Midrash asks, if I'm planting larik and nothing's growing, so what is the enemy already destroying? There's nothing for the enemy to destroy. Explains the Midrash that this is referring to your kids. Obviously what you plant is not going to be successful. You're trying to raise your kids. But what you're raising for your kids, you were trying to raise them to be good kids. The enemy came in and killed all the kids anyways. So there was nothing even left. The enemy consumed them. And that's the end of Perek Bet, going into Perek Gimel. And the Mekonen is really bringing up an important theme. He's bringing up an important theme here. When we get suffering, we shouldn't just think, oh, we're perfect, there's no problems. No, we should think that really this is coming from Hashem. It's part of God's plan. It is all part of God's plan. But even though it's part of God's plan, we should still cry, because we should still realize that it didn't just happen for no reason. He's not just an angry God. We caused this. We caused the problems. And if we do that, Be'ezrat Hashem, we will do teshuvah, and we'll be zochet to bring back the Beit HaMikdash this year, Bekarov.